So now the next thing is to add and subtract complex number. To add and to subtract complex number. So that's the subtopic. Add and subtract complex number. All right. So now we are going to present two different complex numbers, and then we will try to add it. And we will also try to subtract it. So now let's say example 3. Considering the complex numbers, or considering this, hold on. Okay, so considering these two numbers, what shall we do? Find the sum and difference. That's usually how the question comes. Find the sum and difference. That's usually how they frame the question. Or they can just simply say add the two expressions or subtract the two expressions.
Mr. Ukaegbu, is that AI?
What?
Is that AI, -2 minus AI?
It's not AI, it's 9. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
It's 9, yes. So now to sum it, here's what to do. Many of you know this already, but let me repeat it, because we need to move on. So to perform the sum, so sum solutions, always start with your solution. A sum would be, then write down this expression, -4 plus 6i plus, write down this expression, negative, okay, let me, so that I can retain that negative there, let me introduce a parenthesis, and you will find out why. -2 minus 9i. Okay, now this plus sign here, you will use it to open the parenthesis, but if it is a plus sign, the whole number remains the same. But if this were to be a negative number, the sign of the whole number changes, all of them changes. So in this case, it is going to remain the same. So we have -2 here, -9i, and then -4 plus 6i. Okay, so in this case now, at this point, you have to collect like terms. You collect like terms, so these and these are like terms, and these are like terms. So -4, -2 gives us, what does it give?
-6.
-6. And then +6, -9 gives us what?
-3.
-3. So we have -3i, and that is the sum. So if you look at this, right now, you will see that it is of the form a minor plus bi. So in that case, a is equal to -6 and b is equal to -3. Okay? Any question before I move on?
How would you multiply it?
We will come to that. So let's do the difference first. Does that sound good? So let's do the difference. So b would be difference. So first of all, write the first one, which is, let's just say difference. So first of all, write the first expression, which is -4 plus 6i. If you like, you put it in parentheses, minus -2 minus 9i. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. So this one is one right here, so it returns the original expression. So that should be -4 plus 6i. Now here's where the changes begins to happen, and this is where many people make mistake. So negative times negative here changes to positive. So you have +2. Negative times negative here changes to positive. So you have +9i. And you still collect the like terms. So the like terms are all these real numbers. These and these are like terms. And these are like terms. So our difference would be -4 plus 2 gives us what?
-2.
Is it 2 or -2?
-2.
-2. Okay. Then 6i plus 9i.
15i.
Okay, thank you. So that should give us positive 15i. So that takes care of that.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead, please.
You multiplied it negative. So for subtraction, we're gonna multiply the second
Yes.
equation.
Yes, you have to. You have to, because once a subtraction or a minus is in front of a parenthesis, it changes the sign of all the numbers that are inside the parenthesis. It does. It really does. And if you want to demonstrate that, that can happen in number system. So, but that's a standard procedure that you should know. This is in front of this is -1. So -1 times 2 is 2, but negative times negative is positive. That's why the sign has to change. All right. So now we have done sum and difference.